friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy you could join me for another video. This one, if you can't tell, is going to be a little different. I'm doing a voiceover and actually showing you how I created my spreads. And so what I'm doing right now is just showing you my printables that I'm going to be using in my spreads. So you can see here, this one is succulent and bloom where you are planted themed. Has days of the week, different succulent plants, some hand lettering, and then a really cool little journaling card up there in the corner. And so I just cut these out for use in my own planner as well. These are available for my patrons. If you're not familiar, I have a Patreon now, so you should go and check that out. It's linked down below. And this is one of the rewards you will get each month, is a journaling printable for you to use in your journal, your planner, whatever you want. And then you also get an art print as well. And that is the succulent you saw in the beginning, and that I'm going to be using on the cover page a little bit later. So yeah, so I just cut all of these out and then used my circle punch as well to help me cut out some of those more circular elements, like those right there, those pretty little succulents. And then I have some plants that I just fussy cutted, and then the lettering I fussy cutted as well. And then that journaling card, love them so much, they're so cute. So then that art print that I mentioned before is this one that you're looking at here. So it just has the cute little succulent hanging plant, and then it says be still, and it comes in size 4x6, but I accidentally printed it to full size page, so it looks bigger than it would be in real life, but I made it that size so that you could either frame it, or you could hang it up, pin it to a cork board, or you could do what I'm doing and use it directly in your journal. So for my bullet journal, I wanted to make this art print my cover page. So I went ahead and lettered March on the cover using my Tombow brush pens. And then I did sort of a blended effect. It didn't work too well because of the paper I was using. And then to make it stand out a little bit better, I decided to go in and outline it with my micron pen. And this, I believe, is in the size 0.8. And then here is a look at the final lettering. So then I decided to add some of my new succulent washi, which is kind of what inspired this entire theme of succulents. And that case is from Michaels. It's amazing. I love it. And I'm sorry here it got a little fuzzy, and I realized in a second that it was, and I changed it. So there you go. New focus. But yeah, so I just put that at the top and the bottom, and then just trim at the edges with my scissors. And then I'm really sorry, I'm left-handed, and whenever I write stuff you guys can't see, so it's always kind of a little surprise what I'm writing when I finally finish. Surprise! I was writing 2018, in case I forgot what year it was. And so there's your look at the finished cover page. Now we're going to move into my month at a glance. So I like to do a monthly calendar at the beginning of my spreads every month so that I can just see all of the deadlines, events, etc. at a glance. And I basically set this up the same way every time. I just use a ruler and a pen and then just count the dots, since I use this dot grid paper from Milico. And people always ask me what paper I use, and I always have it linked in my description, so you should always check that out in my videos before asking what products I'm using, because I do try my best to link every product I use down below. And yeah, so I basically, if you use this paper, I believe I do 5x5, which is about an inch by 1 inch for all of my squares. And I just use a ruler to help me in that process. And then at the bottom here, I decided I would just do a little doodle of grass to kind of keep with that plant theme. And then I had some pieces of washi from the previous page that didn't rip quite right, but I liked the way they looked, so I decided to bring them into this spread. These days of the week are once again from the printable, and so what's cool about that, guys, is printables you can print again and again. It's yours to use forever. So if you like these days of the week, you could print them every single month or every week and use those in your planner. You can also use them to trace, so if you want to practice your own hand lettering, you could use them as a way of practicing as well. So that's pretty cool. And then I just used my new midliners. I just got the midliner highlighters from Zebra, and I'm super excited about them. So I used them to outline the days of the week. And then I am adding some more of the little printable pieces as well. That's what the grow is, a little hand lettered piece, and then those plants at the bottom. The plants at the bottom on the right are a little messed up in the printing. I think I had the dots per inch, the DPI, on my printer set weirdly, and that's why it looks like that. So if you're worried about the color, it shouldn't look like that on yours. So yep, I'm just putting in all of those little pieces, and then I added another little strip of that washi. RIP that washi, my dog ate it, so this is the last spread you're gonna see it in because she ate it before I could finish all of my spreads, and that means I had to actually run to the store and get new ones. So I was pretty bummed about that. But yeah, so I just added in the numbers for the month, and then on the side I always do a future log where I like to write upcoming things for the month ahead as well. And that's it. That's that monthly setup page. And now we're going to move into my habit tracker. So I brought back the habit tracker, I think in the beginning of January, and I'm really happy to be using that again. It definitely is a good way of keeping me on track and just reminding me what's important and what goals I'm trying to hit. And so I always kind of set this up the same way. I really like just doing the vertical layout. I think that's easiest, and then doing the grid with what things I want to try and do. In this case, it's going to be at the bottom there. And of course, decorations, lots of washi. Love the washi tape. And then I just write habit tracker at the top, and I'm using the midliners here as well as my Tombos, because Tombos I use in everything. I'm obsessed with the Tombow markers. So sorry for that abrupt transition, guys. My camera actually died when finishing that last spread, but all you missed on that one was me finishing adding on my different habits, so you didn't miss too much. Now I'm using this journaling card to create a social media tracker so that I can keep track of what I'm posting on Instagram, YouTube, Patreon, and Facebook for both Abiding Kelsey Lee and my Abiding Beauty Cosmetics, which is my Lip Sense brand. So if you're interested in Lip Sense, you can check that info out down below as well. And I decided that I wanted to only focus on the week because I really want to try and keep my weekends non-business related. And so I just did Monday through Friday for this, and then tried to do the dates in the blocks as just the Monday through Friday as well, which I messed up on several times. So yep, I just put in the titles then for each of those little trackers, and then, oh no, I didn't do that yet. I'm ahead of myself. Now I'm putting in the titles for my trackers. So I'm just labeling them as Patreon, Facebook, etc. And then I'm also color coding whether it's an Abiding Kelsey Lee or an Abiding Beauty Cosmetics post. And then at the top, of course, gotta do some monoline hand lettering, which is my new thing. I used to be all about brush lettering, but I'm really enjoying doing just monoline hand lettering now. So just wrote social media at the top, of course, bringing in a new washi, the one that I ran to the store for after my dog ate the other one. And then this also is from the printable. It says be still. I accidentally cut it in half, but that's okay. And there are those finished spreads as well. So then we're moving into the next one, which is a super simple page. All I did was use these printables. So the Bloom Where You Are Planted hand lettered piece, and then the little succulent circular pieces as well. And then at the top, I'm just writing this month, I'm so grateful for ... and that's going to finish off this little gratitude page. Super simple. And then this next page is really simple as well. All I'm using on this is washi tape, stickers, and markers. So a really simple thing to do for your pages is just to put washi at the top and bottom as kind of a border. It's a really nice way to add some interest. And when I put stickers on, a good tip is to create some kind of a background for the sticker so that it feels like it's more part of the page. So there at the bottom, you saw that I just created kind of like a little foundation or a tabletop or soil, whatever you want to call it, for that pot to sit on top of. And that just helps it to stand out and feel more part of the page. And then at the top, I wrote March, and then to do, and then I'm going to write master list. So I'm basically just telling you the words that are ending up on the page. Isn't this voiceover fantastic? And then I like to add more stickers. You know I love stickers, and these were in the $2 bin at Michael's, so I just had to have them since they fit my succulent theme. And there you have it. Super simple, easy pages. Anybody can do it, guys. It really is that easy. So hopefully this video helps you kind of figure out how that process can go. But I'm really not one for a process. I kind of just put things down on the page until they look semi-nice. So next I am creating a weekly setup. So I had somebody ask about how I set up my weekly spreads, and so I thought I would just incorporate the first week of March into this video. And so you can see that I just kind of laid out a week setup. I like to do 6 days, with the final day being split up into Saturday and Sunday. And then for this page as well, I decided to use my printable. And the great thing about printables, guys, once again, is that you can print it many times. So I actually printed a few copies of it and was able to get even more out of the different items within it. And for this spread, I decided to try and incorporate the different printable pieces in with the stickers to create kind of a collage effect. So you're going to see that in a little bit. But the stickers I'm using are from this new Happy Planner Create 365 sticker book that I got. I bought this on Amazon, so I will definitely have it linked down below. But the reason I got it was because I loved the little succulent stickers, and I just love any books that are season focused, because a lot of my journaling tends to kind of be season focused depending on what season I'm in, obviously. And so yeah, so I did a little sleep tracker on the side, and I'm sorry I didn't really talk about that, but essentially I just do the hours on the left as a column, and then across the top do Monday through Sunday, and then I just draw a little line to indicate how much I slept that night, if that makes sense. So yep, I just filled in the days then, and then once again adding my little printable pieces. And then sometimes I like to hang things off the edge. Sorry, my dog's being loud in the background. Hang things off the edge like I'm doing with these pieces now, and then tape them down, and then I just cut where they're hanging off the page, and that can create a really cool effect as well. And so I'm going back to the sticker book then, and like I said, I'm just incorporating the stickers with the printable pieces to create this sort of garden collage effect with the succulents in the corner of the sleep tracker. And I think it turned out really well. I was really happy with the way it looked. And I keep pausing and interrupting it to go do other things within the spread, like I'm doing now. Now I'm adding washi tape and then returning to it because I think I'm happy with it, and then I'm not actually happy with it, and then go back to it again. So I do that a lot when I'm journaling. I tend to hop around all over the place. And then I always like to put my week at the top. So what week I'm on in this case, it's March 5th through the 11th. And then I just used my micron pen again to make the lettering stand out a little bit more. And then at the bottom, I do meal planning. And so I really like the look of writing meal planning across that bottom line. Really big lettering. In this case, I did it with my midliner highlighter again. And then I also like to have a little place for the next week. So if there's anything I need to be keeping track of for the following week, I'll put that there. And once again, I'm back to the succulent collage. Like I said, I hop around a lot. But that was actually the last thing I did, guys. There is my completed page, and you can see it filled out a little bit as well. And so these are all of the spreads I created for March. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and leave a comment. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I do videos like this every month with other fun videos thrown in between. So please give me a subscribe or follow, join the abiding family. And I would just love that so much. And of course, if you want these printables, check out my Patreon. Thanks for watching. Bye.